As of May 2008, I was living in New York City. I spent a year there attending college. It was an invaluable experience, both exciting and very difficult. It was a time of personal growth, development, fear, responsibility, independence, loneliness, and wonder. These are some of the feelings, ideas, stories, and adventures, and the views and lives of the people I met, and what living and going to school in New York meant to them, what they remember of our time together. I remember the beginning of dorm life, the awkwardness you feel when you don't know anyone, trying to be as friendly as possible without coming off too friendly, like in a creepy way, but not being too shy and passive to the point where people might assume you're a serial killer. Forcing yourself to be extremely social the first 2 weeks of school was something I remember quite a bit. I remember lots of mixed feelings about the campus. I remember thinking, I have no campus. And then I remember thinking, the city is my campus. Then, that's a load of bullshit. There's just no campus and we're in the city. Having the whole city at your fingertips is quite an opportunity for a freshman or sophomore in their undergrad. It's overwhelming, convenient, and expensive. It's tough when people come and go, especially in your college years, because in college you build bonds and friendships with people that you can't build out in the real world. Everyone develops a sense of camaraderie along with this developed realization of how broke and mildly educated we're going to be once we graduate. College students become friends through their commiseration for one another. We're all thousands of dollars in debt, but we're all in debt together, bitch. You're an optimist, Liz. You're chipper, and you live life the way it should be lived. Life's fantastic, and a lot of people aren't aware of that or forget it. Thanks for being aware and remembering how wonderful existence is and always being able to brighten up my days at Marymount. We didn't hang out enough while you were in the dorms, Liz, but the memories I have with you are filled with laughs and adorableness. I remember those occasions when I wander into your room or you'd wander into mine and we'd just talk about life. Anytime you were wasted, I remember being quite entertained. Matt. I can see all the way down the street from atop the float in the Greenwich Village Halloween parade. How did I end up here? I love this. I love everything about this moment. I am alone. How can I feel so isolated when I am surrounded by people? New York to me is kind of like a learning experience more than I think it is fun. I mean, yes, having friends I got to stay up late with who are all so different because of where they came from is great, but I love the city because I grew more from the year I spent here than I have my whole life. There is something always to do or go to, and to have that and be on your own for the first time means more choices to make, more times to mess up or to succeed on your own. And I missed it. And Manhattan itself, the place that seemed to have its own rules and boundaries, as though it wasn't part of the States. Christopher. I need to remember to take all of my drugs. I can't keep spending days sleeping in bed. Everyone thinks I'm crazy. I guess they're right. I will be on the Chinatown bus for another 5 hours, yet again, to check on my mom and sister. They take turns calling me in a panic. I love them. I have just woken up off the island of Manhattan, and I have no idea where I am. What the hell? I see the faces of all the people who pass me on the street, and I feel as if I have touched a corner of their lives. It is stimulating and exhausting. Looking back, I loved every minute of it and would absolutely do it over again and possibly even stay longer. I met a lot of great people and experienced independence. I'm glad I met you, and you also became a part of my life. I know we didn't get to hang out that much, but I think we had many meaningful conversations. Anyway, I think New York City is a very unusual and magical place. You can be completely alone in a crowd full of people. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but sometimes it's comforting to know that no one knows you. To sum it up, I definitely think New York City can change someone's life. I miss Central Park, being able to walk everywhere, Canal Street, Columbus Circle, seeing random things on a daily basis, and walking through movie sets. I plan on one day living in the city again, preferably something with big windows, a deck overlooking Central Park, when I make my millions. Lauren. If I ever complain about not having had the experience of studying abroad during college, my mom reminds me of my year in New York City. She reasons and berates me. Consider it your year of studying abroad. And she's right. I should be grateful. True, I didn't leave the country, and it wasn't necessary for me to learn a new language, but I lived somewhere I had never lived before. I met new people, I had new experiences. I was introduced to more diversity than I ever had been because of the city and the people that make it up. I became more responsible, self-reliant, and with that came more self-respect. It was extremely difficult and challenging at times, but that's life, and you figure it out, one way or another.